Okay, so we're talking to Jason from the Fringe Fiasco. Hi, Jason.
Hello.
And you're just visiting out here from Sweden right now.
Mm-hmm.
And how's it going so far? You enjoying LA?
Very nice, very nice. I'm glad the sun's come out now.
Yeah.
The 2 overcast days are a bit unexpected, but still very nice. Very nice.
So you've just finished recording and you've just released your album, your first album for the band. And tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the album creating process and...
Well, the main thing to say is that it's definitely began as a solo project, and it was going to be like a solo project. But then in the end, it's kind of like, for one, I don't really think my actual name sounds that good as a solo project. Sort of, it just doesn't sound right. But then also I had that thing where I made everything on acoustic, and I layered all this acoustic on it, and like 5 or 6 or 7 acoustics and everything. And I liked it at the time, but then I was noticing that some of my favourite punk rock bands of all time lately, as they've grown old, that's all they're doing now. They're making these acoustic records, making all these nice things and stuff. And I suddenly realised that I didn't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's that classic thing where I wiped most of everything I recorded. Not all of it. I kept a couple of songs, but in the end, I just wanted to completely recreate them as a loud-ass punk rock band. And I limited myself also to just 2 guitarists and a bass, and it's basically my imaginary band where I just didn't really feel confident enough to do a solo project, so to speak.
So you planning to do shows and stuff like that with other band members?
When I was making it,
Fiasco?
that didn't really matter to me. But since giving it out to a few friends, especially a couple of muso friends, I've already got myself a drummer and a guitarist. And I'm hoping from my friend Paul, my Scottish friend, who's been travelling South America. Hopefully he'll be back home soon. But I'm going to shove the CD in his face and definitely want to try and get some gigs going.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the Fringe Fiasco will always be essentially a studio imaginary band.
Yeah.
And then maybe, if I can put off some gigs, then sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the title of the album?
It used to be titled after one of the tracks, but I've just gone back on that now. It's just the same as the band name.
Okay, so the
debut record.
So it's a self-titled album. And so did you? You're living in Sweden. Are you influenced by your surroundings, or what influences you?
By my surroundings.
Writing process?
Definitely by events that have happened. The record's definitely all about the last 5 years, pretty much. Except for one song. There's one song called City Drugs, which is the very acoustic one. I made one that was just acoustic. I had to stick one of those acoustics in. That's an old ass song that I wrote in 95 or something. It was forever old, so I resurrected that. But all the other 6 songs are all new and about getting married, having a daughter, and just stuff.
Life. Yeah.
Stuff's happened in the last 5 years, so it's nice to get it out on a record.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've never considered myself a singer, but I've always loved writing and lyrics and everything like that. So the only reason I don't get someone else to sing on it is just because...
Well, your vocals sound really good too. I think they sound good.
You know what I was going for actually with the vocals is I actually just did the John Lennon thing, and all the vocals are just doubled with no effects, so to speak. It's very dry. I think there's some reverb in it. But I really got the early Beatles record thing where everything he did was just doubled. Yeah. And it works well. It's a good sound, that one.
So have you got plans? So you're planning to still put the rest of the band together. Have you got plans to maybe do some shows out of Sweden and tour a bit?
So far, no.
So far, no?
Have to
Is
see.
there a hope to do that or an idea to do that, or would you rather kind of keep it within the recording kind of area where it's written?
I always still think the most important thing more is records, more than bands. Because I find that being in bands come and go, and there's those fantastic gigs that are very in the moment when you're seeing a band live and you get that moment, but then when it's finished, it's gone forever. But records go on after you die.
Yeah.
Which I like. The way that you can put on a Doors record now, and you hear Jim Morrison's voice, and he could be fucking sitting with you in the room.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's amazing that way.
Yeah.
So I'm more.
You want to get it
that.
down. Yeah.
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 And the band thing, well, it's like now that I'm a papa, and I'm expecting the next daughter and everything. It's just I'm going to be a busy boy for a while.
Yeah.
So it's mainly making the record and then hopefully doing some gigs in Stockholm.
Yeah.
But the future, I'll have to see about that.
So you are you influenced by any current kind of films or like music or books that you could recommend for people? Like, do you have some favorites out
Maybe
there?
some books.
I know one television show that you like that starts with B and ends with Battlestar Galactica. Are you
best television show ever? But influence on music? No,
Not really.
I can't really say. But that show had a major effect on my life.
I think for like anyone that's ever seen it.
Fantastic fucking show, and you need to push it on more people. But no, it's when it comes to all the lyrics, I'm one of those nerds that keeps a notebook beside his bed. Okay. And when I wake up from a dream, I grab a pen and just go. And it definitely, a lot of the sentences don't make sense. I actually write it before I can think about it. It's all about writing sentences down about what you've just been thinking about or dreaming about. Yeah. All the lyrics are based off that. Yeah. I've got a book of stuff, so that's why, in a way, if you read the lyrics, it is me, but it's also a very subconscious me in a way, because a lot of it...
It's taken from that state.
It's funny with lyrics, you can just... playing with words. You know, it's amazing how dreams just are like little David Lynch movies. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really, really good thing to do. I've just started writing down my dreams, like when I wake up. And I haven't gotten that far along into it to make it so habitual yet, but I really want to. It's very you. You gotta remember that. And even when you read it and you go, is that me? Yeah. It is you. Yeah. It's very, very interesting stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so you recorded the record. Was it a long process, a long recording process? Nope. Three sessions. 3 sessions. That's amazing. Just what was it? 9 to 5? Uh-huh. Drums and bass on one day, all the guitars on the other, and then a singing session. Yeah. Oh, and then I guess there was one more session to mix it. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. But yeah, the thing is about that, it was digital technology. And I've been raving about analog technology for so long and keeping it old school and that. But being an independent artist, digital technology is cheaper. Yeah, it gives you more freedom, and so it comes down to it. And you can fake it too. So as long as you keep the idea kind of analog, you can come out that way. Yeah, and as long as the idea is still intact in how you're bringing it through, like that intention. We'd all love to make vinyl records and keep recording on tape and that, but who has the money? It does give you freedom. I think it's yeah, it gives some people do. It gives, well, I think it definitely gives people a different kind of freedom. Like, it's instant. You can keep the creative process going. You can, and the way that someone can download a song on their phone now, like it's. Yeah. Unfortunately, the CD is definitely going to die, and I always like the CD, but you're gonna have to let that one go. But yeah, that's all I can afford. So that's why I've got some CDs, and like I'm basically trying to sell my album digitally. Yeah, that's just how it's going now. I think it's easy. It's just a really fast, easy solution for people. I really resisted it as well, for ages. I really resisted it. I was very anti for a long time. Yeah, but I mean, at some point you just have to go with it and jump on. All right, a movie influence I can tell you about is Robert Rodriguez. Oh, okay. As a director. Yeah. I've seen documentaries on him, and what he pushes is the fact that he really pushes digital technology. Because of the freedom that it gives artists. Yeah, and the amount of money he saves to do it. Yeah. And for independent artists. Yeah. And I saw that whole thing on the second, what was it called? The Antonio Banderas movie with Johnny Depp in it. Oh, yeah. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah. Apparently in all of that, Banderas is pretending to shoot a gun. He's got like a rubber gun, and apparently the director had to keep telling him to not make sounds with his mouth because he was very urgent to go kind of thing. But it was all fake. And then all the bullet shots and everything on it and all the damage on the walls was all digital.
Yeah.
And he talks about the amount of money saved from if he'd given Antonio Banderas a real gun that had to blow away a church wall to the digital technology. And if you look at the Grindhouse movie he did, you know, those ones, and it's all scratchy film and that. Yeah. It's all digital.
Yeah.
And I love the way that he promotes digital, but he's like, but you can still have it look old school.
Yeah. It's a creative thing, I think. It just gives people that would have limitations otherwise.
Financially.
Because of money, It gives them the power to actually just do what they want.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going with it.
Yeah.
I forgive George
and
Lucas
you've got
now.
your Bandcamp site up that people can check out now and actually stream and listen to songs as well as purchase them if, you know, they're wanting to get the record. So it's like an instantaneous way for people to access your record.
Yeah, and the money goes directly to the artist who made the record.
Yeah.
Which is a big difference.
Through Bandcamp.
It stops the person, it's cutting out the middleman, basically. If you haven't seen this website, it's called Bandcamp. Amazing website for getting your music up and at least giving you the opportunity to see if you can sell it on the internet as a digital download. And so you know that if you buy it through this website, the artists themselves is getting paid for it. So like I said, with everything I've made, it would have been nice to be in a band with like 4 people or something and split the costs, but so far
having
this has
them
been me.
all on you is hard.
But it's one of those things. But it's my first real professional like solo project. But when you listen to it, I want you to imagine a band up on the stage blasting your ears off. Oh, the also thing I want to say about the recording of this record is that both the guitars and the bass recorded through a Fender Bassman amp head. Every single knob on them was turned up to 10. Yeah. Just so you know. So when you listen to the record, you'll hear that it's like sitting on top of guitars that are just out of control, loud.
And it's designed to be listened to.
It's meant to be that way. I actually was going to have a little logo on it saying, please play loud. Yeah. But I went against it in the end. But, please play loud, my record. And I hope you like.
Okay, so now on to... Okay, do you have any phobias?
Yes.
What are your phobias?
Dying in a car crash.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Huh. That's an interesting phobia. So it's not like necessarily of heights or sharks or...
I have a fear of dying in a car crash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not nice.
Do you believe in like past lives? Like, do you think that maybe you died in a car crash before or something?
No.
Do you think that maybe you saw a car crash on TV? It's just totally random.
No.
Huh. Okay, so that I would qualify definitely as a phobia because it's
no explanation.
No
behind
explanation.
It. Yeah.
Okay, so this is. Do you think the aliens are coming?
Yes, I do.
Do you think they're coming this year or just in soon? Do you think it's just coming soon?
I actually think they're coming this year. Okay. That's why I'm getting all this stuff done now. Because I've got to get this record out before they come back. That's what my necklace is for. This is my necklace to remind them that I believed in them all along. And I hope they like my record.
So they might have already been listening from behind their veil while you were recording.
I hope they've been listening.
In the forest.
Do you think they're coming, Carissa?
I think they're here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're here.
They could be behind the camera.
So my other question is, and this is the very special Magic Monster question.
Okay.
Oh no, not are you anything? What is your favourite monster?
What is my favourite monster?
Yeah.
Would Alright, here's the thing. Animal from the Muppets, the drummer, is he a monster?
Yeah, we can consider him a monster. Some people have said, someone said Mike Tyson once, so...
Okay, I'd say Animal, the drummer from the Muppets.
That's
would
awesome.
Be my favourite monster. He's fantastic. There's a great skit on YouTube. I can't remember who the drummer is that he's playing against. I should know. But anyway, he has a drum battle with this guy. and it's fantastic.
And because you're a drummer as well, do you feel like it's there's something in yourself, like in
I'm trying to push
him
the drums
that
on
you
my
see?
daughter.
Okay.
And she loves Animal as
Yeah.
well. And yeah.
Do you see yourself in Animal? Like, do you relate to Animal a lot, or is it his character? Because
I think it's because my daughter loves him.
okay,
I think it's got a lot to do with it.
yeah. So Animal is actually a Lamerton favourite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
In the Lamerton household.
It's either Animal or it's Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
You don't want to let them know it's the same person.
Is there a monster that scares you? Like, was there ever a monster that scared you a lot in particular? Like the Mothman or
Michael Myers?
Michael Myers? Yeah.
The Rob
pretty
Zombie
scary
version of his film.
Okay.
I don't know
yeah.
about the John Carpenter one, which is alright, but the Rob Zombie remake of Mike Myers, fantastic film. I don't know if you've seen it.
I can't remember.
Fuck
I
Hannibal
did, but I
Lecter and all
can't.
that. Oh, Hannibal Lecter or whatever. No. Michael Myers in this Rob Zombie film. He's scary. I hope you've seen it.
Yeah, I
All
have.
these horror movies you haven't seen. I'm going to throw them
No,
at you.
I've seen it. I've seen it, but I'm fairly sure I don't know. Sometimes I see things like horror movies and they just.
Anyway,
into
the
my
point
unconscious.
being is that Michael Myers is a real person, so to speak, and he could kill you with a knife.
Okay,
As opposed to Freddy Krueger, who doesn't exist
yeah.
and couldn't do anything.
So it's the idea of this just crazy, cold serial
stuff.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, an interesting
That
thing
makes
is,
sense. That's
my,
pretty scary.
My daughter is very into Scooby-Doo, and I've realised now what Scooby-Doo is all about. It's just telling you whenever there's a ghost or a monster, it's actually just a sketchy guy under a mask trying to rip you off. And I think that's
So
a very good
people
tale
are
to tell your
scary,
kids.
basically.
People are way more
The worst
scary than
monsters are
imaginary
people.
ones. Absolutely.
I feel like this is
Can we rewind the whole thing and just go,
people.
people are the scariest
last,
monsters.
I feel like this is the conclusion that we keep coming to every time I ask somebody this question.
It's more the people.
Well, lately, the last couple of people I've talked to have said people, humans, are the scariest monsters.
Absolutely. You can rewind everything we talked about for 10 minutes and just go straight to that. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Jason, for talking to us
Thank you.
today.
It's awesome to be here and nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I'll come back in like 5 years or something.
Come back sooner than that.
Cool. I'll try.
Thank you, Jason from the Fringe Fiasco.
Thank you. See ya.